Boys and girls, I have come across a little surprise on my front doorstep. And yeah, sorry, I'm out of frame. Sorry, I got things in my pocket. I got things going on in my pockets. Oh, God, the pockets. I have done something that no man has done before. I bought a product from Apple, and I'm hoping that's what this is, because I've been waiting for a long time for this, and it's finally here. So, first, I got a USB external thing. I forget what I got. Oh, yeah. So I can use this for the dual stream setup, because the dual stream PC setup, excuse me, because I've been having some weird audio issues, and this should fix my line-in issues. So, good thing we got that. But now, let's open up the most important part. The most important box, rather. The MacBook Air. So I have been wanting a portable laptop that I can just take with me. I had an Ultrabook before, but it wasn't really doing it for me. And once I heard about the power that this little guy has, oh, I couldn't say no. So this isn't an unboxing video, but it's so stupid. Wow, could this go any slower? Come on. Trying to get into my toys. Holy smokies. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I got it in silver because I just needed something. Oh, it has a nice matte finish to it. It's so cold. Oh yeah. You open it, you get your little paper. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that? It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of tech. So, definitely gonna set this up in a bit. But for now, we have more pressing issues to get into, in my opinion.
Use English as the main language. Press the return key.
Why don't you just chill for a second, Siri? What do we want to talk about? Well, I think the first thing I want to talk about with you guys is I think I've been getting this YouTube thing all wrong. Now, when I first kind of started... Man, Siri just doesn't want to stop talking.
Now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to learn how...
All right, there we go. Shut that bitch up. What I wanted to get to was, I've had this perception that YouTube was about the skill you make with your...
Press the return key.
Okay, so what I'm getting to is, I think that I have had YouTube all wrong in my head. I've had this idea that you need to have flashy edits, great scripts, all these high-end features, nice cameras, good audio, and I thought it had to be about what I brought to the table. I thought that's what the U in YouTube stood for. But what I've realized is that the U in YouTube actually stands for you guys. And I've been getting this whole process just completely wrong, and I don't think I've been doing what I need to do to basically make the content that serves you. And I really want to change that. I want to be more vulnerable with my life, be more open with you guys, and share things and show you guys who I am. And maybe, you know, during this weird pandemic time, you'll maybe find sort of a comfort in this channel, or a comfort in the things I say, or maybe we can learn from one another, because this is not about me. It's about this community that we've built together. And I've been putting so much pressure on myself like that I have to put out all this content when that's not really what anybody wants. It's to have a relationship. We all want human connection. So yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of a change in how things roll around here. So just wanted to get that out. Now, let's move on to the zombie stuff. It seems that there has been some weird zombie rumors going around, floating around the internet sphere, talking about Season 2 leaks, guns coming out, and I just kind of wanted to discuss them, see what you guys had to say about it, and then I wanted to talk about this weird polarization that is going on in the zombies community specifically. Just want to see what you guys think about all this, so make sure to subscribe, make sure to like or dislike, and leave your thoughts down below. So this article is coming from PC Invasion, and it's talking about Black Ops Cold War leaks suggest an Outbreak mode and new weapons coming soon. Season 2 for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Warzone is expected to be arriving pretty soon. The first season brought a lot of content for players to enjoy. At the time of writing, the developers have not given any hints as to what players should expect. However, new leaks suggest that a new zombies mode may be on its way. In addition, some Black Ops Cold War weapons are involved in the leaks, which players may be able to use next season. According to the leaker known as Okami, there could be a new mode named Outbreak coming soon. Supposedly, it is an open-world zombies game mode and it is co-op. The potential upcoming playlist will take place on a large fire team map. This would not be the first time that Treyarch incorporated zombies into a large-scale area. Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Battle Royale Blackout had zombies spawning around the map, and we have seen it in the modern Warzone as of recently as October. So now we're going to discuss the weapon leaks to accompany a leaked mode. Another leaker, Talus Doll, outlines 4 weapons that are rumored to be coming next to the game. The first is an NTW-20 bolt-action sniper rifle, which deals high damage. Next weapon is called an AI LC-10, and that's expected to arrive. I don't know exactly what that is. Oh, a fully automatic submachine gun. The final 2 weapons are supposed to be melee, a machete, and an E-tool, which is a shovel. Without any confirmation from Activision or Treyarch, it's difficult to know when or if any of these weapons or modes will arrive. With Season 2 expected to launch in about 2 weeks, we don't have long to find out. As for an open-world zombies mode is quite a unique addition to the franchise, it's likely that the mode would be popular among fans. But obviously we can't say that for sure. So let's first discuss the weapons. I actually do think that we need an addition. It feels like the assault rifles are pretty saturated, and I know you could say the same thing about submachine guns, but in my opinion, I don't know, the submachine gun category feels kind of dull. Where I would like to see more weapons is in our shotguns and in our tact rifles and in our submachine guns, and I would like to see another sniper rifle, something kind of like the Draken from Black Ops 3, something that is kind of like a mix between the Type 63 and the Pellington. Something even doesn't even have to be real. I don't care. It's a video game. I want to have a good time. Like let's just break all suspension of disbelief. We're playing with zombies and fire teams and AK-84s. It's not like it's that hard to come up with something unique and fun for the franchise. But I am a little disappointed in the melee weapons. Melee weapons aren't too fun to use in zombies. They're not very fun to use in multiplayer. We know that for sure. But it is what it is. And I think what we would all like to see when it comes to these new weapons is if there is a grind, if they're not just part of the battle pass or whatever, let them be unlockable in zombies. Why can't we have that? Why do we have to unlock everything in multiplayer? I'm not saying that I think it's necessarily a good idea, but I think it should be an option. Because let's just say I wanted to get the machete and I had to get 1,000 kills with a knife or something. Okay, that's a little bit grindy, but so is 15 matches in a row, or getting 15, but so is getting 3 kills in a row without dying with a knife in 15 matches and not being able to back out. So you have to play every single match. That's also tedious and grindy. So yeah. And let's get into what I think we all really care about talking about, and that is the Outbreak mode. Now, I have been hearing rumors about this for a long time. We've been hearing about some sort of open world fire team zombies map. And to be quite honest, I think it's going to be stupid. I do. Treyarch is apparently really proud of this mode. That is according to DK Dynamite. He is another zombies news leaker guy. And I personally think it's not going to be very great. It's not that I think the mode is going to be bad. I just think zombies fans in particular have this idea where we kind of hope that new modes will revitalize the replayability of zombies. And they don't. And I've said this countless times. And, digressing here a little bit, grief will probably always be something the community wants. However, new modes don't necessarily add to zombies, because zombies, the mode itself, is a fun little playground for us to put and dream up our own modes inside of it. That's why we have speed runs. That's why we have high round challenges. That's why we have knife only, or no pack-a-punch, or no jug. We create the challenges. We create the modes. You know what I'm saying? So having some open world bastardization of zombies, or Jingle Hells, or Cranked. Cranked wasn't actually terrible. It was just basically zombies sped up. But having all these additions isn't necessarily going to make the mode better. It's just filler, in my opinion, which takes away resources from what could be more zombies maps, or more weapons, or more camos, or more pack-a-punch, this or that. And that's fine. My hands are so dry. I hate that. Okay. Much better. I just don't necessarily think that a open world Outbreak zombies mode for multiplayer, or Warzone, or whatever it's going to be for, is going to necessarily be that great. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I have no freaking idea. We won't know until we play it. I just remember seeing what they did with that mode from Black Ops 3, Nightmares or whatever, where that was kind of like an open world zombies mode with the campaign. And I lost interest in that very, very quickly. So unless it's kind of like a giant map with zombies mechanics in it, no rounds necessarily, and there's Easter eggs and boss fights and stuff, maybe it could be cool. I don't know. Treyarch is apparently very proud of it, like I just said a little bit ago, but it's too soon to tell, and we don't even know if we're going to get this in Season 2. And that kind of leads me to what I hope Season 2 brings to the table, and that's honestly, I hope, some more survival maps. Something to kind of divvy up the content and vary our playstyle, because right now, D Machina and Firebase C play very similarly, in my opinion, and I don't find that a survival map would put us in the same bubble that we've been playing in for the last few weeks and months. I think it would allow us to take the zombies mechanics that we have been utilizing for Black Ops Cold War and perhaps flip it on its head, because some of these salvage mechanics and buildable mechanics with the weapons table and score streaks, they don't really fit in a survival map, and it could actually make the game harder and better for hardcore fans all around. Now, if Treyarch could just crank up the difficulty on the Easter egg boss fights, and perhaps the Easter eggs in general, make it like a 50-50 balance between, Black Ops 4 style and this new Cold War style, I think the community would finally have exactly what they want, instead of this weird, too easy and boring and, oh my god, this is the best, I don't need a guide kind of mentality split that we're having, which is actually what I want to get to in our next video, or in our next topic, rather, excuse me. So let's bring this up here. There is a Reddit thread, obviously, on frickin' Reddit, the COD Zombies Undead It, and it's talking about, and this came out like right after Firebase Z was solved, and it's talking about how, the community is upset that we're not getting difficult Easter eggs anymore. And the meme is Jason Blundell looking at Treyarch, making Easter eggs that don't require 7 different charts and doesn't take 3 hours to complete. So, as you can see, the meme that's pushing all memes to the maximum, 3,000 upvotes, which is a lot for, anything on this forum, really. JQUD, or whatever his name is, I don't know, JQUD. I love Cold War EEs. My biggest gripe with zombies in general has been the steps make no logical sense usually. Like most things are just do this because it's the next step, while in Cold War there's real logic to each step that can take you to the next thing. Lol, every once in a while I think back to the Revelations EE steps and wonder what the hell Treyarch was thinking when they made that. I think there was a point in time where Blundell thought all that matters is making the EE hunt as long as possible. At Revelation onwards, the easiest way to do so was to create steps that made no logical sense, extending the time it took. I'm pretty sure it took like 4 or 5 days for the first step of Rev to be found. Now, I think that's a fair point to say that Revelations was a difficult hunt to prescribe to. It was very strange. But to say that it has no logical sense is it's actually wrong. If you understand the actual context of the map, there's black holes and we're in space and we have this apothecant servant that sucks things. So let's go to the rock step specifically. The only step that I think was confusing was the step to start the whole Easter egg, which was shooting the graves outside of the map. Now, if we go to the rock step specifically, yeah, it was weird to shoot things outside of the map, but that map had no boundaries. It wasn't just like one singular location. So it wasn't actually that big of a stretch to think that we might have to utilize some features outside of the map. Hopping from one island to the next, wall running by the DE area. That was a very difficult spot, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure they tell us to go get those bones so that we can put them in the body or whatever, and we suck them up with the apothecant servant. I know it's convoluted even as I'm saying it. I'm not saying it's simple, but there was a little bit of logic there. It's very scarce, and that's probably the most damning example of a bad Easter egg. But I think what a better bad Easter egg design would entail is actually Blood of the Dead, with those steps that were satisfying the ghosts after we build everything and get set up. That was actually the worst thing in my opinion. I felt like that Easter egg had such great flow for the first half while you're building everything and opening up the warden's kill room. And pretty much after that, everything was just this weird, terrible defense system or guiding a ghost and trying not to die, a protection mission, or stand in the circle, or a Morse code. The steps that they utilized for each of those challenges were very poor. And I don't think that Blundell and his team were necessarily creating bad Easter eggs. It was bad game design inside of those Easter eggs. And with Cold War, it's the exact opposite. It's pretty great game design, but with simple puzzles. And Treyarch is looking at this problem as those are the things that are important to connect. It's simplicity versus gameplay. When it's not. It's make everything. The puzzles were fine. It's just the gameplay surrounding the puzzles were stupid. So they fixed the gameplay. Now you just kind of like teeter lower the difficulty just a bit, and we would be in great shape. Because I'm telling you, any game where you can beat a boss in 4 seconds with a rocket launcher is not a good game. That's lazy, and that's mediocre, and that's sad. Going from one of the best modes in the industry to something that you could almost call laughable. I don't want you to sit here and think, you know what, Firebase Z is just a piece of shit, and we're not going to get anything good in the zombies community ever again. And the community is split, never to reconcile. The community is always split about something. We're always pissed and angry and upset. That's just the zombies community. We are a passionate bunch. And it's hard for these developers to live up to the standards that we want, because we ask so much and we hope for so much, and they have to satisfy everybody. And I really think that if we can just maybe agree on one thing with these Easter eggs, one thing with these modes, Treyarch wouldn't be chasing their tail trying to satisfy every single faction of the zombies community. It's kind of unsettling. And I think because the Call of Duty community as a whole is so hard to please, the devs from Infinity War, Sledgehammer, wherever, they never really know what the hell to give us, because, well, we just don't know what we want. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really like this format. I might kind of mix it up, do this sometimes, do the normal style some other times. Who knows? I like to mix it up, to challenge myself a little bit, you know? So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Who knows what the hell's going on in the zombies community? I just thought we should have a discussion one-on-one. And leave your comment down in the comment section. Yeah, that's how it works, right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that other junk. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.